Yo, morning guys. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is the psychiatric self-therapeutic multimedia project to solve the problems, challenges, and obstacles in our lives, as well as a self-improvement process to reach the highest goals and ambitions that we set for ourselves, as well as those around us. If you would like a brief introduction, a brief summary into how we break down the Ahn Rho Project into domains of life, sub-series analogies, you can find that on the previous live streams for the past 3.5 years through to January 2021 and beyond for more updated versions. So with that being said, let's dive right into the second segment. Roughly about 10 to 11 segments per 15-minute live stream, so it won't take too much of your time. Um, I want to start off by saying that in segment 2, as usual, we will do some structural organization. We will restructure and move around certain segments over the couple weeks and coming months as we try to move towards a more revamped version of the Ahn Rho Project, and the next iteration being that the Ahn Rho Project is ways of life. Okay, at least a part of it. So let's break down the live stream into 3 phases: phase 1, 2, and 3. As usual, phase 1 covers introductory bits, so the introduction was segment 1. This is segment 2, table contents, and segment 3 is like disclaimers and things to keep in mind. How are we going to conduct the stream with integrity and honesty, and so on and so forth. Phase 2 is segments 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Those 5 segments cover digital things I can show you, more abstract but digital things. So for example, what you see, what you get. Right above here we have some assets, some media assets. That was usually segment 6. Before that, usually we cover the directory, including podcasts, audio recordings, the live stream itself. So that's segment 4. That ties into commentary and storytelling on relationships and so forth. Things I can't visually show you, just talk about in segment 5. Sorry. So that's 4, 5, 6, and 7 and 8 has to do with photography, which I don't really have too much photography today, if any at all. And then that covers usually food, dietetics, equipment, and then we jump into the finance and the metrics. So I would pull this down for a second and you can see my laptop. So segment 8 usually has the spreadsheet, the database, and I cover all the financing, the fitness of overall health, tracking metrics. So then phase 3, last but not least, is of course the most active part of the stream. Since you see my hand, hello, this is region D1, this is region A7, so we can move around kind of like a warehouse. You have all the different locations and we cover all the inventory in physical form. The most active, engaging part of stream is phase 3. Then we sit down. Segments 10 and 11 just kind of wrap up. If you have any comments or questions, try to get back to you back then. You can leave any memes or jokes or whatever, feel free to do that as well. And then I wrap up with a take-home message, which is take care of your health, take care of your finances, yourself, and the people that you care for. Make sure you become a strong, responsible, disciplined individual, and so on and so forth. Okay, segment 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Little disclaimers, things to keep in mind. As usual, we're going to be real, raw, and genuine. That's the number 1 rule. It means that's because the good, bad, and the ugly. It doesn't matter if there are personal insecurities or emotional baggage. I will cover it on stream. So I'm not going to shy away from non-PC topics. Second thing I want to mention, of course, we will also consider this to be a high utility stream. It means that we're very purposefully driven. We have a lot of things to get through, obviously, but it doesn't mean that you can't, do shits and giggles and just leave some memes and jokes and try to lighten up the atmosphere. In fact, I would really much appreciate that if you could do that. So feel free to do that. Obviously, I'm just serious about this because it has to be of benefit to me and eventually one day for all of you watching. Last disclaimer or note to keep in mind is just that, of course, we're also looking at life as not just a time record, this project is a time record, but also as a game. So life as a game, applying game mechanics and game theory over to reality in some sense. Okay, so phase 2 now. Let's pull this up. I'm taking a look at the time. I think we have about 11 minutes left remaining. All right, so let's take a look at the very top here. We have some invoices. So we're just gonna talk. Wait, hold on. That's not exactly where I'm supposed to start. Segment 4. My bad. It's too early in the morning. No, I'm late for work actually, by the way. So we have right here on the side, left-hand side panel. These are the audio recordings. On the right-hand side here, we have. Did I say right twice? On the right-hand side, we have the name of the title. We cease to be because I feel like we should cease to be. It's just been utter failure after failure after failure, but we still try to get back up every single time. We fail 1,000 times, 10,000 times, 100,000 times. You still gotta get back up. That's how life is. And so, yes, I feel like absolute shit because right now we're still covering groceries and inventory and stuff like that from the weekend. But we'll just cover it bit by bit, baby steps at a time, which is what the title's here. You can see $317. That's how much it cost me over just roughly the span of a bunch of different purchases, divided by about 67 items. and we'll get to that in segment 8. On the left-hand side panel, you see all the recordings. So this would be, some of these record me having conversations with people at my workplace, but largely it's just for personal use, so it's all right. Largely, I'm just trying to see how I can better interact and engage with other people, things to improve myself as in general. Just that's about it, really. So let's move on to the side. That's about the two media assets we have here for the directory. And obviously, I did a little bit of storytelling. It wasn't a particularly great day yesterday at work, but you know, that's what it is. I don't have too much commentary storytelling about that because I can't go too much into the details, obviously for privacy and confidentiality reasons. So I'm just going to remove that and say segment 4 and 5 are done now. So you've seen a directory, you've seen the voice recording. Now let's move up here and showcase the digital assets here. So we have some stuff here. Typically I would pull something up from, I believe, like School of Life or Stoic Reflections. Today we don't have anything because we covered it all the previous day over on, I believe, Sunday. So instead we have these kind of like invoices on the right hand side right here. I'm not going to maximize it, obviously. I'm not going to expand on it. Otherwise there would be financial information that I can't really show. But I'll get rid of that, and instead of collage we can see the things that I did scan in a little bit more detail here. Yesterday, this is a Canadian keychain here, maple leaf kind of thing from a dollar store, and that's because one of the things around that I wear alongside my chains is broken. So I'm just getting a new one. And then we also have this kind of active nutrition promotional piece of paper right here about protein bliss balls. And I know it sounds kind of gross, but it's basically a new line of products that the company that I'm affiliated with and where I'm doing business basically has a new product line here. So it's just promotional item piece of paper that was inside the products that I was sorting out, which I did. Once again, you can check that out on Twitch, Facebook, whatever. It's just 2 days ago on stream. All right, we're 7 minutes in. We're done with the media assets as well, so segment 8 is done. Photography. So we have the last bit of photography today for the groceries, and then we can move into hopefully more exciting things. So this is the stuff from the grocery store. Let me expand it a little bit. At the very top, you see on the left-hand side the RFID blocking wallets from the dollar store for like $3, $3.50. The headlamps on the top right-hand side, which I was supposed to purchase as a gift for my colleagues, which I'm resigning from because I haven't been a great colleague. And it flashes red lights. Okay, and then we have at the very bottom here sandals. I was thinking, I may need another pair in order to completely revamp and clean up the entire room. We have some scissors. I'm looking for some stainless steel scissors. They do not have that, like barber scissors, barber shears. No, they don't have it. And then of course some binder clips. So that's to clip on the phone and devices onto my chest. None of the majority of the stuff here. In fact, I didn't purchase anything here that I'm showcasing. It's just a recon of what happened at the grocery store, at the dollar store. So finally, we're done all the photography there. And let's move on to metrics, segment 8. Like I said earlier, I wouldn't say there's much improvement in terms of health and finance. Yesterday came back from work. It was late because I arrived late, so I came back late and I had to send an email to to my HR manager regarding my brothers and applications and shit like that. So there's a whole bunch of stuff just backlogging over. And then even when I came back, I had to get a new Metro pass and like a TDC Transit pass and make some purchase, send some emails, update the documentation here, which we will get to right now. Is basically one of these spreadsheets has inventory for food that I ate over the weekend that doesn't belong to me, as well as things that I purchased for other people as well as myself, like groceries, equipment, and tools. So all that kind of stuff, inventory needs to be logged in, kind of like a catalog at the warehouse at a business. Essentially, that's the way to look at it. And then it's also a way to show gratitude for the people who've really cooked up food for me or stuff like that. We also have my fitness kind of log here that's just kind of made up on my own. Quantitatively, I can tell that I'm not improving very much at all. In fact, I'm not improving. Things are just kind of this stagnant, stale state but of affairs. And business-wise, yeah, there's been a lot of back and forth between me and several people. Made several phone calls, and that's about it. I did say I should mention that there was like a little update for one of the games that I had to. So in terms of gaming, there's that too, but that's not really part of the metrics. That is something I wanted to mention because I'm on a laptop. Speaking of which, now that we're done phase 2, segments 4 through 8, we can move into phase 3. We have 5 minutes left to stand up, get as much done as we can. This is region D1, so this is the most active part of the stream. D1, D4, just introductions here, A7, A8, and region G. I think that's the majority of items that we would need to focus on. If I could break down the room into 65 segments and about 7 regions, that's region A here for the office, B for the kind of storage area for equipment, C for the closet, D against the wall, so that's why D1, D2, D4 stuff. Region E, I did have to mention that, this is important. F and G is for the bed right there. So let's start off with probably the most urgent thing we need to get done. A and 7 looks like a mess, but that's gonna take forever to get through. So let's turn to the side here very quickly. Region G here. So we have the keychains. Like I said, I scanned it out. I can take out the packaging and toss it to the side. It's garbage and trash. The keychains, what I can do is I pull these quickly over here from region G over to A7 and A8. Just drop it here. That's basically where the drop leg and all the tools are. Back to here, we have the paperwork. There's invoices at the back. Like I said, I showed a little bit of that, as well as the promotional items. So this stuff is scanned already, documented, put it on the laptop, put it behind here in region A5. And so that's something I'll have to do off stream, like I said, afterwards. Speaking of which, this is all trash. So I'm back up over to region D1. And you can see that there's some trash here. So all this is garbage. There's like, want to mention that this is basically some Chinese, wooden chopsticks. Just wanted to mention that I ate a meal that was like udon noodles from my guardian, so class 2 item. I'm not personal insecurities, not supposed to do that, so it's all trash. We also have some recyclables here. Once again, I took out the packaging and of the stylus pens and the camping knives. That was on Sunday, so that's all trash. And then there's this little clip here for the camping knife, so just keep it safe, all regard for recycling and litter. Turn to the side, left-hand side here in region, since we're at D1, D4 here as well. So you can tell it's like high, like I said, high utility stream. So we have some stuff here. This, it's like a time record. Shopping bag, goes to the side. But what I do need to mention here is that there's this banana here. I'm going to take this here, these 2 bananas. So these 2 bananas are probably going to be my dinner for today. I'm going to move it over here to D1 when I go and take this out for the recycling and the litter when I go to work. And let's move over to back to right here in region A5, pull out one of these supplements back here, and we're going to stick it inside so that we can take the supplements with protein and whatever, vitamins, minerals, whatever we need, my own business products in research and development into that, and that's basically going to be my lunch. Back over here, there's some things I really want to mention quickly before we go away. This is double cream on sale, cookies and stuff like that. Just wanted to give this to my brother, and also a bag of chips here for him as well. But largely these items here are not good for your health. It's just on sale, that's all it was. I'm not eating well, obviously. I mentioned already that I have to get my fitness and my dietetics and my nutrition back on track. That's not urgently needs to be done today, so I'll save this for some other time. We have some, by the way, bananas for tomorrow, so I'll have to cover this tomorrow morning probably. Back up. So region D4, region E. Now, typically we don't have a lot of stuff to do in region E because this is all kind of storage stuff from university days. But right here, we have these 2 things here. I can pull it out real quickly. It's triangular bandage wraps from St. John's Ambulance when I was getting my certification for HCP, CPR, adult level, infant level. So I'm gonna pull this back here and just say that, I gotta zip that up. Essentially, this is what I'm going to do is my pair of pants have been ripped across the thighs as well as the knees. I'm going to bandage it around, including the drop leg. I'm going to stick on the right here. We're back to A7, A8. Most importantly for now, these these hairpins, as well as rubber bands that I purchased from the work from shoppers, including these party picks. I'm going to try to stab them in, tie it together, and hairpin everything together. Speaking of contraptions like that, we also have the left-hand side right here in region A7. We have the card, the RF blockers for the phone, and then we're going to once again try to clip this against our. So we're trying this whole contraption of the blockers as well as the clipping for the device onto my chest. We have less than 20 seconds left. Chips, garbage. So I gotta toss all this disgusting napkins and shit like that inside. Chopsticks inside. Also, we gotta move this receipts over from. So all 4 receipts have been documented, budgeted, put it inside to A5, and lastly, all this here is trash, so put it inside the bag inside the bag, move over to D1, and we got to end the stream. Continue this tomorrow morning. Ciao.